do you want to tell the story that triggered that um, podcast episode of Chasing Daddy?
Well, my dad left when I was 5. Finally left the family home when I was 5. Never came back again. And I have the distinct memory of running after my father and crying and begging him to come home. You know, I've written about it. I've spoken about it. You know, used it on multiple times. Um, Multiple times. And just before my mum passed in 2020. It was about 2019. Uh, I remember speaking with my okay. I remember um, speaking with my mum and telling her about it, and she said that wasn't you. It wasn't you who was running after your brother. It was after your father. It was my late brother Wayne. I said no, mum. You know, at the time, mummy was 93, so I'm thinking, all right, maybe mum's memory. But my sister, the eldest in our family, she was over from Grenada, and she was staying with my mum. And I told her the story, and she said, "No," because I said, "Oh, mum said it was Wayne." She said, "Yeah, it wasn't you, it was Wayne." She said, "You were standing there, but it was Wayne." And then I had this flashback, Joe, and I remember it. I saw it as clear as day. It was actually Wayne running after. I was standing with one of my older sisters. Wayne was running down the road after him, but he had made such an indelible mark. It had seared so deep into my consciousness that I had convinced myself after all these years that it was me, that I was the one who was chasing my daddy. And it became a metaphor. I wrote about it, I speak about it on numerous occasions. And in the podcast, it became a metaphor for me just chasing my dad. Not so much to catch up with him to beg him to come home, because once my dad left, he just stayed gone. He always stayed on the periphery of our lives. He was close enough to be seen, but never close enough to be present. He just stayed on the periphery. I always say that my relationship with my dad was like an 11 question relationship. Hi dad, how you doing? How you feeling? And then, yeah, once you get to question 11, then it's crickets, because what other conversation can I have here? Because we hadn't built up enough. He hadn't built up enough emotional credit with me. He hadn't built up enough lived credit with me for me to really know, for me to have any deep and meaningful conversation with him. So the chasing wasn't so much for him to come home. The chasing throughout my life has really, once I've come into a sense of who I am, figuring out who I am as a Hippolyte male,